No, oral. I'm talking about oral, and it's 21 billion.
All right. Oh, okay. Yes.
Oral's 21, but it's something you know about.
Some of those cases,
you know that oral says 21 billion.
Some of the oral cases, there are cases the OSP is doing already.
Like which one?
Listening to
National Cathedral.
National Cathedral. Attorney General is saying something else.
Listening to Paul Adumochiri.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that if Ken is sitting in his ICE detention and watching this program, he ought to come back.
He ought to what?
To come back.
Ken?
Yes.
He doesn't have that option now, or self-deport.
Self-deport.
As that he wants to. Okay.
Because Paul Adumochiri underwent similar invitation like Ken Ofori-Atta in a matter similar to the SML.
No, they are not the same.
They are similar. I don't say they are the same. I don't say they are the same.
He supervised the public pen. Paul didn't do that.
No, in the matter that Ken Ofori-Atta is being wanted by the OSP, they are similar. Pari passu, similar. But you see, Ken is on national TV.
Doing good morning, good evening, Ghana.
You mean Paul?
Adumochiri.
Yes. Okay, you said Ken.
No, I said if Ken is watching,
no, right back. Now you said Ken is on national TV.
No. Ken, Paul.
I understand. It's because it's 1 week to the MPP Congress. Yes. Maybe you are mixed.
No, it should come. It means that if you are subject to investigation by the OSP, you still can have the liberties guaranteed you under the Constitution of the Republic.
Yes, that is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Republic.
What is guaranteed?
Yes, that's what it's guaranteed.
But what has done to you? Why can't that same
thing done to Ken?
You are here now.
The same actors involved, but you are.
I didn't write a letter to the chief of staff that I was traveling.
So let me.
Ken did.
Let me clear the
circumstances are not the same.
Let me clear the confusion.
You are still before an investigation committee.
Let me clear the confusion.
Okay, now you are over heckling.
Let me clear the confusion.
I don't have, by the grace of God. I'm not over. I didn't write to chief of staff.
Agree.
Allowed, but please, can you allow him? The last time too, you didn't allow.
That's the first.
What is the senior most? So
that's the first. The first thing is simply that.
No, please state the point.
Those who are equally circumstanced and enjoying benefits under the Constitution must invite others who are also circumstanced that the Constitution will protect them. That's the one. The first thing. The second thing is, I hear a refrain. The man was sick. He wrote a letter, chief of staff. The man, by his own hand, wrote a letter to the then chief of staff, Cecilia. What's his name? He wrote to the transition. Please. No,
I'm not asking for information. No, I'm not asking for information.
Incoming. Honorable Tempule, I'm not asking for information from you.
Wrote to the chief of staff
and copied. I'm not asking for information from you. Sure. But I'm not asking for information from you.
I'm assisting you.
Please, don't assist.
We are dealing with the public.
I'm capable of dealing with the public. I'm capable of fighting my own fight.
Don't unless
I'm strong enough.
There's evidence to show for it.
I'm strong enough.
You know, he's my senior brother. I'm strong enough.
So respect you.
Thank you.
So let me help my senior brother. So he wrote to the chief of staff on the 4th day of January 2025, copying the incoming chief of staff, Julius Debra, indicating that he was asking for permission to leave this country and return on the 28th of January.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
And that he was going to attend to his health. So on health compassionate grounds, the chief of staff permitted him to travel. The OSP did not invite Ken Ofori-Atta to appear before them until the time that he had asked for was about expiring. The OSP wrote to the to the Ken Ofori-Atta to appear before them on the 24th of January, to appear before them in February, based on the permission he had sought. Now, so that should be clear to all of us. He left this jurisdiction given a promise to the state that he will come back on a certain day. The OSP wrote his letters based on his own promise. When was the day he was invited to appear? 10th of February 2025. That would have meant Ken Ofori-Atta, by his own undertaking, would have been in this country. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that before June, the expiration of his stay in the visa in the United States, Ken Ofori-Atta had applied in May to change his status from a visitor to a permanent resident, perpetually depriving the investigative authorities from reaching him, trying to put himself out of reach. You must also understand the facts. 3, Bonfe, the trial is ongoing.
So what is the problem now?
So let me tell you what is the problem, because I see that you don't understand the criminal process. The trial is ongoing. He's been charged with about 78 charges. He's been tried with, alongside
8 others.
8 others, 2 of whom, Ernest Akori and Ken Ofori-Atta, are not available. So because the charges have been read, he ought to plead to those charges. He ought to be served. So the court has directed that the processes going on in court be served on Ken Ofori-Atta. If the processes are served on Ken Ofori-Atta and he fails, refuses, or neglects to attend court, he would be a fugitive from the court.
It will be a bench warrant.
It will be a bench warrant.
Is there substituted service?
It's not a substituted service. It's not a criminal case. It's not a civil case. It's a criminal case. So if it is served on him and he fails to appear, the court itself will issue a bench warrant. Mind you, he's outside the jurisdiction. The bench warrant is limited to the territorial jurisdiction of this country. So it must go through the foreign processes, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Just like the order to serve the summons on him have to go through the diplomatic channels. Now, when that order is made, if he fails to appear and that order is made, he will be arrested and imprisoned in America for the purposes of being sent back. Okay? And if he's not arrested at all, or he's incapable of coming, because there would have been evidence of service of the criminal summons on him, the court is now enjoined to proceed with that.
On the fundamental principle of the law,
no,
that a man must not be condemned unheard. So you give them the opportunity to be heard. Let them elect to refuse to be come. Heard.
So you have not. You can't say that because
and say it's trial essential.
You're contradicting yourself. No, when said the trial has started. You just said it on air.
It has started because
the trial has started.
You see, listen.
No, Bonfe, don't listen.
No,
I want to clear your misunderstanding of the law.
Let's help our audience to understand. I want
to clear your misunderstanding of the law.
He's not the only accused person.
It is not the only accused person. He's not the only accused person in court. Neither is Ernest Akori the only accused person in court. So the trial has started in respect of the accused persons, all of them. But because the 2 of them are not in court, the trial cannot proceed unless the court is satisfied that there have been conscious, deliberate attempts to serve the sermons on him. And that the sermons have actually been served on him, but he has refused to come. Then the trial will continue now in absentia.
It is the reason when you are served, the law allows for certain days to expire. Then the law will consider that you don't want to come in.
Something you see,
he said something markedly different.
Please,
completely different.
Let's stop misrepresenting ourselves. Let's stop misrepresenting ourselves.
When I finish, you can rebut.
Okay.
So don't attribute to me things I haven't said.
So the thing is that you are not. What's the name? You're not speaking to yourself.
Yes.
You are speaking to us.
Yes.
And when you
others
speak, we listen to you.
Yes.
So let's tell us what you have told us
what you have interpreted from what I said.
No, I've not
Senior, you need to also understand that. So you also listen to me with your interpretive lenses. And it is possible that is the thing. You may have misinterpreted what I said.
So the thing is that, so can we trust Ken Ofori-Atta to come back on his own? I don't think we can trust him. Because, one, he gave an undertaking to come to this country by himself. A man of the stature of Ken Ofori-Atta ought to have respected his own undertaking. And at that time he gave the undertaking, he was not under any pressure from any quarters.
His health status may have changed the date he decided that he will come back.
He went to court only once. Since he left this country, only once. And I can give you his flight record. He was traveling. So it should not be the case that a person will give an undertaking and then violate his undertaking and cry the victim. That's what Ken Ofori-Atta is doing. He's crying the victim. And his lawyers are crying the victim. Now, why do we come to all this? And it is not true, it's patently not true. As and you know, my brother Tampule, that when we served in office as minister, when you left office, the investigative authorities probably would not have understood certain decisions that you took. Or when you were MPA boss, the investigative authorities would not have understood certain decisions that you took. They invite you to come and help them. I appeared numerous times before the investigative authorities. Numerous times. It is patently false to say that Ken Ofori-Atta was the one who provided cover for Setekwe not to be prosecuted. Patently false. I know as a matter of fact that Setekwe appeared before numerous investigative bodies. Numerous. And was able to explain himself. And I also know that Ken Ofori-Atta, and that, you see, those who executioners fear the gallows. Ken Ofori-Atta, when he was the finance minister, and his wife who spoke on your air on your network, I exercised in the same gym with them at Air Force. Yeah. And I can tell you on authority that the wife of Ken Ofori-Atta picked a fight with Gloria Akufu because the wife of Ken Ofori-Atta felt that Gloria Akufu was not prosecuting NDC former appointees. I was in the gym.
This information.
Where from this?
No.
I was in the gym.
No.
You cannot mention somebody's name. Attribute something to her. The person is not here. You really have to withdraw that.
No, I won't withdraw that.
I will withdraw that.
This is completely wrong.
You are referring to a lady who is not on the show.
I will withdraw that.
And you say she told
No.
Can I do my work? Can I do my work, guys?
No, but how can you?
Can I do my work?
Serious. You come to a juice. I exercise with her.
So there's no way of verifying this information.
How can you verify this information
to the host? I mean, seriously.
Professor, you know what it is. Why are you referring to the host?
Let the host.
We don't have to give the host too much trouble. We don't want to give him trouble.
Let me do my job.
Sometimes you have to self-regulate.
All right.
Without the host necessarily coming.
But he really has to.
You see how quick you are. You see how quick you are to question him even before he lands.
No.
Because the person is not here.
The person is not here.
Because I want him to finish the statement before I ask him the next question.
Okay, please proceed.
If he's not done, I don't know what he wants to say.
Under the mistaken impression.
You should withdraw.
Paul Atumachiri is under the mistaken impression that this platform is.
Good evening, guys.
I'm sorry about that. If that's the impression I'm giving, I'm really sorry.
Of course.
I'm really sorry about that.
And you want to respect your panel.
I'm really sorry about that.
Inusah Fuseini, don't you agree with me that it's unfair that the person is not here present?
Inusah is now laughing.
To answer for herself. And you are now talking about a conversation that you must have.
He didn't refer to a conversation.
Yeah, he said he was in the gym.
He said they are in the gym together.
He said there was a conversation. So
that he eavesdropped.
So will you?
I didn't eavesdrop.
No. Will you? Who else? Who else witnessed what you're talking about?
Well, I've mentioned parties. I've mentioned the woman. I've mentioned Gloria Akufu.
Right.
And I was in the gym, and the gym is a public place. There are many other parties I could mention, but I've just given you 2 names.
And they had arguments.
So I've just given you 2 names. So if you don't want to reach out to the woman, and I know her personally, you can reach out to Gloria Akufu. That might explain to you, if you don't understand what you don't know, that I know. That Gloria Akufu was finally removed from office. Because of her failure, because of the perception that she failed to prosecute people who were former appointees of the NDC.
In accordance with the desires of the Ofori-Atta and the wife.
Of the Ofori-Attas.
And this was the conversation at the gym.
This was a conversation I chanced upon in the gym, at Air Force Gym. I've also given you the name of the gym.
Does that make it?
Well,
okay.
It cannot make it. You see.
Senior,
are you not confronted? I'm not confronted.
Yeah, you're a very senior member.
No.
You are a senior member of the Ghana Bar Association. You can't make allegations on a serious program like this.
Are you not confronted?
Your smile is beautiful.
Are you not even here? Are you not confronted?
You're a senior member of the Ghana Bar.
The gravity of the revelation.
So this is what I'm saying.
It's all right.
This revelation, you are not a state official.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes a different turn. In the absence of these 2 individuals you mentioned, and now you even go further to say this is why Gloria Akufu lost her job as Attorney General.
This is one of the reasons, yeah.
Okay. Don't you think it's unfair because of their absence?
She didn't lose her job.
For which reason
she served her
you
4
should
years.
withdraw the statement?
No, I'm not. If they think that I'm not speaking the truth, you can take me on. If they really think that I'm not speaking the truth, I'm putting my reputation on the line. You know, I don't speak lightly on matters of this nature. I don't speak lightly.
What does it mean?
I've got a reputation to protect. I've got an integrity I'm protecting.
And I'm saying that it is the fairness of the process that we're talking about. It has nothing to do with the truth or otherwise.
So
saying that
I have offered him the opportunity. I have offered him the opportunity.
They're not here to defend
I'll follow up and return to inform my audience what the named individuals think about what you say.
Gloria Akufu,
check.
If you can call Gloria Akufu, then she can speak.
My production is listening.
And also, Gloria didn't lose any job.
She was not fired.
Which job did she lose?
She served her tenure for 4 years. She left.
Thank you.
The next government she didn't get an appointment. That's
same as Joe Gatti.
Yes.
All right.
Not like firing her. She didn't lose her job.
Okay, thank you. She didn't lose her job. She didn't leave the Attorney General's office happily. Thank you.
She left. She concluded her tenure.
She didn't leave there happily.
And
I'm a journalist.
The time she was leaving.
I have the opportunity to talk to someone.
She didn't leave happy. Who were not appointed. We're not happy. It's not only her.
Happiness if you're
Let's have a different discussion. My producers will check if they can speak to any one of them. But subsequently, I'll do that and get back. I'm saying, I wanted to bring this to your attention. Will someone like Ken, yes, maybe he started to change his status, and therefore you use that to say a presumption that he definitely didn't want to come back.
Putting himself beyond the reach of the authorities.
But when they say that they fear unfair treatment, or he fears unfair treatment among others, we are waking up this morning to reports that suggest that someone like Mustafa Hamid, he's standing trial. Declarations that he has made to the OSP about his assets have been made public. This is not fair to him. That, the publication is there. It's out there in the public about the property, some property that somebody gave to him, and it's out there in the public. Is that fair to him?
So again,
that he cannot justify, how he came by the property.
So when I also read the story, I don't speak lightly on matters of this nature. I always invest time and effort in trying to understand what is happening. My understanding of what is happening in terms of Mustafa Hamid is that when he took public office, he made a declaration of his properties. And so because of the matters that are ongoing in court and the challenges to the jurisdiction of the special prosecutor, the special prosecutor took interest in collecting better and further evidence of his properties, and came across one property. So applied to the Auditor General's office and got the sealed declarations that he made, and opened and sealed the envelope, and saw that the certain properties that have come to their attention are not part of the declaration of assets.
Is it not rather that he gave the information to them that this property was given to me by X?
No.
And for this
tell
purpose,
I'm telling you
for having worked for 10 years for this person, he gave me this property, as my reward.
No, it was not part of the declaration, but they got the property to be his, on the presumption that that property is his.
Okay.
Then they questioned him. This property is not part of the list of properties that you have announced or filed with the Auditor General. And then his answer is that that property was given to him by the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The next question I asked myself, so if that property is, a gift is a gift. It's constituted by offer and acceptance. So if it is a gift, someone must gift you the property and you must accept it. Now, even in land law, where the property is given to you without an effective change of ownership, the title deeds of that property will be with you. So, has it...
I was asking the question of fairness in the process. Kabila had raised that issue. Tampuli raised that issue. Poladmochi raised that issue. Fairness in the process.
Yes, so I'm just using that example of fairness. So, what is fairness?
Because now the public is prejudiced against him, that he got property through wrongful means. He can't justify how he came by the property. But as we understand, he indicated that I got that property as a gift for having served someone for 10 good years. And that was my reward. This was long ago, even before he became whoever in which office.
And what is the fairness you're talking about? The fact that
in disclosing this, the matter
was,
the public
was disclosed. That's a matter that you have to ask the special prosecutor. That's a discretion. That's an exercise of a discretion. Okay, whether that discretion, whether it has been exercised properly or not, is a matter for the special prosecutor to explain. But for me, for the purposes of transparency and accountability, if the special prosecutor puts that into the public domain, I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because he was given an opportunity to explain the ownership of that property. And this explanation is what they have put.
I'm told by